Hi, everyone. Welcome to Merch Money. We're so glad to be back. Missing 1 week was like too long for Labor Day weekend.
I know. I'm like, what month are we in?
I know. It's like forever. 2 weeks, way too long. But anyway, tonight we have April Scott with us. So we're really excited about that. And her dog, Anastasia.
Yay!
Look at that.
Guest dog.
Guest dog.
The guest dog needs a name. We're gonna have to think of one.
Oh yeah, we need like a merch money name.
Yeah, like a merch nickname.
Merch pooch.
There you go.
Merch pooch. Yeah. Merch wiener.
Merch mascot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good too. All right, we'll go around and introduce ourselves, and we always start with something that we're proud of for the week, or the last 2 weeks, I guess. Yeah. There's got to be something in there. 2 weeks. Who wants to go first?
I'll go.
Okay, Brianna, you go.
Everybody's ready.
Sometimes none of us want to go.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? I'm Brianna Moller Greene, also known as Merch Maverick for Merch Money. Yeah, it's been a busy 2 weeks. Getting RTR packs up at D4D at Design for Dollars. Man, if you go over there right now, we have hundreds of niches and pop sockets and RTR packs. It's been a lot of work, but and then somehow I've been able to squeeze in a little bit of personal work on my own pod empire. But I posted today in a lot of the groups, and Helen chimed in the Merch Money group because I was taking a look at my sales and noticing half now are pop sockets, by the way. And then the other thing was that long sleeve shirts were starting to pick up. So I was in the back end of things, like uploading some designs that had kind of fallen off ages ago, and figured why not try them again now on long sleeve shirts. So that's what I've been working on.
Awesome. Now, Amy.
Hi, so I'm Amy Springer, Merch Marvel. The past couple of weeks, I've really been going harder on KDP and Create Space and the no content books. And actually, I've been developing my own templates for some niche specific journals and books and logs and stuff. And I've been having a blast with that. And my positive is they're finally starting to sell. I was wondering if that was ever going to happen. So really excited about that. And now, like this week, I'm going to be doing a lot with merch and keywords and just revamping prices and moving things around a bit. So it's been a pretty good couple weeks for me.
Yay.
I'll go. So I'm Amy Nicholas, Marketing Mayhem Girl. And gosh, in like 2 weeks, I started a whole other service, I guess, that I've been offering, which is design research bundles. And basically people contact me with a niche, or I help them come up with one and get them a pack of researched examples. So if you tell me you want cat niche, boom, here's 25 examples from Amazon that are selling, keywords, trademark check, bam, you're ready to rock. Go get your designs. And it's been really great because I think people have taken the research and implemented quickly, and they're seeing sales quickly as a result. Versus, I don't know if you guys feel like that, you know, the long delay between research and coming up with ideas and getting the designs, and then finally getting your button gear to get them uploaded, right?
Yeah, you got to move it quick.
Yeah, exactly. And then just today, I started on my YouTube channel, which I think is linked in the description, right, Helen? My YouTube, maybe?
It should be, yeah. We have all our links. If you guys scroll down, there's...
Okay, cool. I just uploaded the first of a free video series. I'm doing like merch beginner basics. And the first video is about trademarks. So check it out. I think it's really important these days.
Yeah.
Good. That's one of my upcoming merch tips is trademarks. So I'll have to add that video in there. So, well, I'm Helen Kinson, merch boss. And oh my gosh, these 2 weeks, like it feels like it's been a whole year. Like it has been so busy. So Brianna she's always helping with all kinds of stuff, but she's helping me work with VAs. So I have no experience with working with VAs. So she has tons of experience working with VAs. So she had a couple that she didn't have enough work for. So she let me give them some things to do. So that's been helping a lot. They've been helping me translate all the Merch Boss tips into all the different 25 languages. So for anyone who doesn't know, we have 25 Facebook groups in 25 languages. So that's been a big project. I've been working on that these last 2 weeks. And then,
Helen, you have a link in the group too, right? So if we have people that want to check out what groups, languages, help out if you can.
Yes.
We need admins.
Yes, we do still need admins. I've been so happy. There's been so many people volunteering to help, and it's so awesome. Like, and they're so sweet. They're like, "Well, I'm finishing my midterm paper, but I'll help you." You know, it's so sweet and so nice. So I really appreciate it. We're getting there. We're getting admins for almost every group now. So it's one of those things where it's going to take some time to really get the groups going because there's not a lot of people in each one yet. But it's certain. They're getting there. They're all getting there. So anyway, so that's been exciting. And then of course, just like what Brianna said, like just a lot of uploading and trying to upload to all the different products and the different countries now. So trying to get some up in England and Germany. And probably a lot more. Oh, Halloween. I've been so I have, for anyone who doesn't know, like I had never really focused on trends and not really focused on holidays too much. It was mostly evergreen, but this year I have a lot of Halloween stuff up, and the last couple of days, it's been half of all my sales have been Halloween. So it really, and the pop sockets, Halloween pop sockets, I was shocked. Those have been doing well for me. So
who would have thunk it?
I know. One was just like a pattern. Like it's just like a very simple Halloween pattern. And that one sells every day. So I'm like, I don't know.
Somebody said
I'll take it.
They were interchangeable. Like women might buy them to like match an outfit or swap out for a seasonal thing.
I didn't believe it, but they've been selling. So I think there's some truth to that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so our guest, April Scott, we were so lucky to meet you at the Ohio meetup. So,
yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah. So why don't you introduce yourself and our mascot for the night?
Well, our mascot for the night, her name is Anastasia, Anna for short. She is a miniature wire hair dachshund. Most people think that the smooth hair dachshund is the only kind of dachshund there is, but there's actually 3 different kinds. There's smooth, long hair, and wire hair. And Anna is one of the wire hairs. So I am a co-owner of Dachshund Delights and longdogshirts.com. And the Dachshund Delight store is our store where we offer products for the dogs. So we actually manufacture the products. The harness that she's wearing, it's called the Hug a Dog harness.
Aww.
And it's a vest style harness. Also works as a seatbelt. We make coats, we make sweaters, we make beds, carry bags, a lot of different products for the dogs. And then our Long Dog Shirt site is where all of our print-on-demand items live. So I'm not sure which one you want to talk about.
Yeah. Well, that's perfect intro. And so I was just so impressed talking to you because you come from it at a different angle. Like a lot of people got into merch in the last couple of years because of Amazon getting into merch and the whole print on demand thing. Like they're coming from all different areas, but you've had a business since 1991 and you had done a little bit with Teespring. And so it was fun to talk to you and hear about everything that you guys have done. So I guess the start is just maybe a little background of how you started the business and hiring your first employees and all of that.
Sure. Well, I started back in the fall of 1991. I actually, my background training was in journalism, and I was a writer for a local newspaper. And that newspaper, during the time I was there, they were bought and sold about 3 different times. So the job wasn't very stable. So I had passion for dogs, and in particular for dachshunds. That was my breed. And I happened to see in the magazine Dog Fancy, there was an ad for a Scotty dog gift catalog. And I thought, wow, that's really interesting. So I ordered one, and I looked at it, and it had all kind of gifts that had dachshund, or not dachshund, the Scotty dog on it, like T-shirts and notepads and cards, things like that. And I thought, you know, dachshunds are easily, if not more so, more popular than Scotty dogs. So I took that idea and I started Dachshund Delights. It was a paper catalog, black and white, sketches, not even real color or photographs. It was, if you would see it, you would laugh. It was so basic. And I ran an ad in Dog Fancy magazine just for dachshund lovers, and asked them to send $1 for the catalog, and that's how we started. And it was literally, cut and paste means a different thing today, but when I started, cut and paste meant print it out, cut it, paste it on a board, take it to a printer, and they print out your paper catalogs. So we started really before e-com was a thing.
That's so cool, though.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool. And the cut and pasting, it's like, I knew that before. It's like literally used to mean cut and paste.
Yes. And as I said, I came from the newspaper industry, so I knew some about layout and design and how to do the cut and paste and the layout board. And, you know, I knew a little bit about that. So that's how it started, just with that gift catalog. And we did that for, I don't know, maybe 5 years or so. And it wasn't a full-time income. I was still working, you know.
So who was we? Who?
I have a business partner.
So did you decide to start a business with this person before you had the idea, or after you had the idea? Or? Well,
I came up with the idea and I ran it by her, and, you know, we both are dog lovers, pet lovers, dachshund lovers. So ran it by her, and, you know, she was a full-time teacher at the time and really couldn't really couldn't help, you know, time-wise, but she helped finance it. Oh, okay. So that, you know, she was the financier and I did the work, basically. So we started with that catalog, and to get our name out there, we went to a lot of events and we set up as a vendor. We took a lot of our wares. I mean, we actually had inventory. This was before drop ship was a thing. So we would go to dog shows, we'd go to dachshund picnics, festivals, you know, we'd set up with our wares, and that's how we got our name out. And then it was, a lot of it was word of mouth. Then it was word of mouth, because like I said, that was before e-com, it was before Facebook, and
I can't believe how much has changed in this amount of years.
That,
like, it's,
you know,
yeah,
it's absolutely crazy. So much has changed.
It was the old-fashioned, the old-school way of mailing out catalogs. You know, had hundreds of catalogs, and we'd have to put the labels on each one, and we put stamps on each one. And
but that's so cool. You had hundreds of them. Like, who would have thought? Like, a lot of people, when they see a catalog, they're like, "Oh, it'd be cool if I did this," and then they go on and do something else in their day. They don't actually do it. So it's really cool that you had the confidence to just start a whole new catalog.
And I got my mom and dad involved. They're both gone now, but at that time they were, you know, they were retired and looking for something to do. So they would, you know, put the labels on and, you know, the stamps. And my dad was really funny. He put the stamps on and be crooked, or the label, the mailing label, it would be crooked. And I would say, Dad, I said, you really need to put it on straight. I said, it does matter, because the post office reads that barcode. And I won't say what he said. It's not for public. But yeah, he helped. My mom helped, and it, you know, really was a family effort. And so in those early days, it really just was me, my business partner, and then my mom and dad helping out. Well, then what we found out within just a few years was that, yeah, people love those gift items, but what they really needed were products for the Dachshund dog, because that breed is really hard to fit. They're long and low, and you can't go into a pet store and just buy something off the rack and expect it to fit a Dachshund. Because if it fits their chest, it's going to be way too long. Or if it fits their length, it's going to be huge in the chest. And they're just going to walk out of it, basically. So we listened to our customers. You know, what is it that they want? What do they need? So, you know, that's what we found out that they wanted. And so neither my business partner or I could sew a lick. Couldn't sew. Maybe could sew a button on, maybe. But we actually found a product. It was our harness, actually. The Hug a Dog harness was actually designed by another Dachshund owner. And I saw her ad for it, and I contacted her and I said, look, you know, we've got this catalog, we've got this customer base. You've got a product that I think is really would really serve our niche and our clientele. And I said, would you be willing to, if I take the order, would you make it and send to our customer? So our first drop ship item was the harness. So she agreed to it. And that's how we started. But pretty soon we outgrew her ability to produce for us. And she was not, she was an older lady, and she really wasn't interested in growing that business. And it was too much for her to handle. So she asked if we would be willing to buy the rights to the harness. She would send us the pattern, she would send us her material inventory, and she would, you know, talk through whoever was going to sew for us, you know, how to do it. So the next dilemma was, okay, I don't know anybody that sews. So what do we do now? So as I mentioned before, my business partner was a teacher. She was a full-time teacher, and she was a coach, volleyball coach. And so she just started asking around at school, do you know anybody that sews? Do you have anybody that sews and could use a part-time job? Well, her assistant coach, by chance, had a sister, sisters actually. And she said, yeah, I've got a sister that really can sew well. And so fast forward, we hired the sister. Fast forward a few years later, we hired another sister that could also sew. And so now those two ladies have been with us. Well, our first seamstress, she's been with us for 27 years now, I think, or 21 years.
Amazing.
Yeah, she's been with us 21 years, and her sister's been with us maybe 15. I've lost track.
Wow.
So we now have the two full-time seamstresses, and to kind of help us with, because of all the employee taxes and workman's comp and all that, we've contracted out to some Amish ladies in our area. We're located in Northeast Ohio, and so we have some Amish communities close by. So we have, we contract out to those ladies, and they help us during our busy season.
Nice.
So we went from the harness to then making coats, because the Dachshunds need the coats to fit them. Then we make beds that they like to burrow in. We make a carry bag to carry them in. All kind of stuff. Wow. Yeah.
Why? What? I have my idea of why I think you've been able to be so successful and have a company for all this time. But what do you think is the reason that this has lasted through the years and that you've been so successful?
Well, number one, it's a need. It is a definite need. You know, when we started, we were as far as I knew, the only one who addressed the needs of the Dachshund and the Dachshund owners. Of course, now, many years later, and with the internet and other, you know, e-com and all that, there are other, you know, Dachshund or companies that provide Dachshund wares. Mm-hmm. But what we focus on is customer service, number one. Number two is quality. When we make a product, we're making it like for our own dogs. We want the product to fit the customer's dog. If there's a problem, we want the customer to call us, to contact us. We'll take care of, alterations or repairs, or if they don't like the color, if they don't like, whatever. We want them to be happy. And we really strive to go over and above for quality in our workmanship, quality in the materials, quality in the product, and also safety. Our harnesses just started. You probably couldn't see Anna in the harness very well, but they're really stylish. They're really cute. A lot of companies have knocked off our harness, and it's really just fashion, but the safety features aren't there. And that's what we strive for, is safety first, and then we'll make it fashionable. So definitely number one is giving people what they need and or want. And secondly, follow up with customer service.
Yeah.
So our products aren't cheap. Number one, they're made here in the US. So, we pay a living wage, we've got all the taxes and workman's comp and all that goes with it. We try to use US materials whenever we can. But the other thing is when they buy our product, they're also getting us to service the product and to follow up with the customer. So they're not just getting like off the rack at Walmart or at PetSmart, or, they're not just buying a coat or a harness or a bed at one of those stores. When they're buying it, they are getting us for the life of the product. So we have a lot of loyal customers, and that's why.
Yeah.
They keep coming back to us.
I feel like you pretty much cover all of like what it takes to start a successful company. Like you pick something that you love. So you didn't mention that, but I think that's one of the main reasons it's so successful, because it's something that you love. And
absolutely. Yeah.
And I think your customers can tell that, like in everything that you do, like all of the decisions you make for this company, you're making it because you know what the customer wants, because you are the customer.
Absolutely. That's true.
And you relate to them. So the customer service is a different level than if I was doing the customer service with them, because you understand, like if it didn't get there in time for the dog's Christmas, you're going to understand that matters to them. So yeah. So you pick something that you love, you pick something that you saw a need for. You picked people that were right for the job. So you took the time to like find someone in your area that was good at sewing. You didn't try to like, I don't know, convince some teenager to learn how to sew or something. Like you picked somebody that already liked doing it. And
what's been like your biggest challenge since you've started?
Oh,
or any. I'm sure there's been many.
Pricing products to ensure that, that we have enough profit to stay profitable. Mm-hmm. Because again, they are higher end products, but if you go too high, you're going to price yourself out of business. So that's definitely a challenge, is to be US made, have US made products, but yet be competitive with other products out there that are not made in the USA. Because somebody can buy a dog bed for much cheaper than we make it. But sometimes people buy it from us because we make it and because they know what they're getting from us. But yeah, that's definitely been a challenge, is to know how to price items and to to keep a profit flowing. Yeah, that's been tough. But to say that it's a passion, that's definitely true. I mean, I've had dachshunds since I was a little kid, and it just started with that passion. And one of our seamstresses has dachshunds, the other doesn't, but she's a dog lover, so she still makes the products like she's making it for her dog. And our customers get to know us too, because sometimes I usually don't answer the phone. I'm usually doing other things, but customers call in they usually speak to our head of production, and her name is Helen. And sometimes they'll call in and they'll get me. I'll answer the phone and I'll say, you know, Docs and Delights, can I help you? And they'll say, is this Helen? I said, no, but I can help you. No, I'd really like to speak to Helen if I could, please. I'm like, okay. You know, so I have good people. I have good staff that I know I don't have to answer the phone. I can let one of them answer it and be just as, in fact, more comfortable with them answering the phone because they've got better customer service skills, you know, on the phone. So
does that mean you have an office, or are you guys kind of remotely working separately?
We have a workshop. It's a very small workshop. It sits way back in the woods. Nobody knows we're there except the UPS and the FedEx driver and the mail, you know. It's on my business partner's property. So, you know, it's really nice to be that secluded. It's really private. You know, sometimes local customers want to come out and have, and shop. They think it's a store, and they'll say, no, it's not a store. It's just a workshop, but you're welcome to just make an appointment. Come on out. We'll measure your dog. We'll fit your dog, let you pick out the pattern, the colors and such. So, you know, we've got a library of fabrics that they can choose from, and you know, they can try products on, see if that fits, and, you know, nice. So that's how the Docs and Delights business started and continues now over 25 years. So, and as I said, we would go to Dachshund events. We also go to all breed events like pet expos, so that we try to reach out to other breeds and other types of animals, because we've had you know, people see the dachshunds with our products and they'll say, hey, can you make that for my breed? Well, sure, we're not going to discriminate. We'll make it. So, you know, we've made our harnesses for breeds as small as little teacup poodles up to Irish Wolfhounds, Great Danes, you know, huge dogs. We've made our carrying bags for rabbits, for little monkeys, baby kangaroos.
Oh my God.
I want to see pictures of these.
I know. I need a baby kangaroo one. Oh my God.
I want to see a little baby kangaroo.
Who has baby kangaroos as pets?
Believe it or not, there are people, they have to be licensed, like a wildlife license. But
is it like super rich people, or just like people that live on a farm, or like what is the?
Definitely have to have acreage and very tall fences.
Yeah, I was like, what, 12-foot fence?
Yeah, I'll send you guys some photos later of the baby kangaroo.
Join the Facebook group if you guys are not in the Facebook group. There'll be pictures.
Yeah, I want to. Is that the most unique animal that you've created a harness for?
I would say so. Yeah, the kangaroo, and we've also done for small monkeys.
That's so cool.
Let's see,
ferrets. Have you done ferrets?
Ferrets are really tiny. We just haven't had a request. We've done it for pet skunks.
Pet skunk?
Yeah, I've babysat a pet skunk before.
No, you haven't.
2 of them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I've always
descented.
I am denying that job. If somebody wants me to babysit a baby skunk or a skunk, I'm gonna say no.
You get them
I like the hustle.
so they don't smell.
Okay, fine. I'll send them down to Amy.
Yeah. We've done them for cats too. That's probably our second type of animal we've done them for, cats. One time we were at a fair type event, and it was pretty crowded, and then there was this young mother with a little boy who was not behaving very well, and she couldn't keep a hold of him. And she stopped by our booth and she asked if we had one big enough for her child.
I was gonna ask that question, but I decided not to. But I'm like, I bet there have been people who wanted them for their kids.
No, I said, yeah, we do. I said, but we're not guaranteeing anything for safety, because that's a whole nother realm that I don't want to get into.
Yeah.
But she said, okay. And she bought it and she hooked him onto a leash. And
I remember those leashes when I was a kid.
My mom had one for me.
I'm picturing,
really, Mom?
I'm picturing arms and legs, or like.
Kid starts crawling around.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
well,
great.
the second part of our business is, which probably the folks watching are more interested in, is the print on demand. So we were selling T-shirts for people that had Dachshund designs on it. Cool, clever Dachshund sayings and designs. And again, we were doing it old school. We would find really cool designs and great artists, and they would make designs for us, and we would buy hundreds of shirts and have them printed, and we would, we'd take them to the events and sell them at the events, but we'd also then, of course, sell online or through our catalog. And then, of course, you have to pack and ship and, and all of that, and then keep the inventory and reorder the inventory. And then when you get an order in for Christmas that are all Christmas shirts and your order is incorrect and you don't have enough, or you have the wrong ones, and then you're like, oh no, you're on a time schedule. Then a few years ago, Teespring came along. Before Teespring, there was Cafe Press, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. And I had tried Cafe Press, I tried ordering, but at the time, and I'm sure they've gotten better, but at the time, the quality was just terrible. And I'm like, I'm not selling these to my customers. So
I remember the quality a ways back where it almost looked like it was stamped on there or something, like with a sticker. It was terrible.
Yeah. So I'm like, we can't do this. So we went back, to the old fashioned way. Well, then came Teespring, and I gave them a try, and their printing was awesome. I mean, the quality was really good. And you had to run campaigns with them. So you had to sell a certain amount. When they started, I think it was, I want to say you had to sell at least 20 or 25 to get your campaign to print. I might be wrong about that, but I know then it dropped down to only 10. So Teespring was great. I ran a campaign, sent it out to, we already had our base. So I just sent out emails and Facebook, put it out there on Facebook. And my first commission check with Teespring was $584. And I sold all those shirts, and we didn't have to touch a single one. We didn't have to ship them. We didn't have to pack
That must have been like such a relief.
It was incredible. I'm like, I love this concept.
Yeah. And what year was that?
That was probably 2014.
2014. Okay.
13 or 14. I know it was a year or two before Merch by Amazon opened up.
Okay.
So I want to say
you had been doing T-shirts yourself for like 10 years before that, or how many years?
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, we had been doing them ourselves. Just we didn't print them ourselves. We bought from artists who had them printed and then shipped to us. Okay,
but still you had to ship it and all that. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I was in love with Teespring, but I didn't like the campaigns,
right?
Because I'm like, I get why they're doing it, because to do screen printing, it's a whole the whole setup and all of that. So I understood why they were doing it, but I was like, gosh, I just wish I could sell just one to somebody.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
And so then I followed Chris Greene, for
oh my gosh, everybody's Chris Greene.
Yeah.
So how had you been following Chris Greene? How did you know him?
For Amazon, just following some of his like the scan power.
So had you been selling on Amazon?
No, not really, but I was learning about it.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So, yeah, and I follow people who are e-com sellers,
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Just e-com in general, whether it's Amazon or
got it.
However, eBay, branded stores. So it's
Okay.
all a lot of the same technique. So
yeah, that's true.
yeah. So I was following him, I believe on Scan Power. And he said about Amazon opening up merch by Amazon, and that you better sign up, just do it. So I'm like, if Chris Greene says it, just do it.
Isn't that amazing? We all did it.
So I'm like, even if I never use it, at least it didn't cost anything to sign up. So I got in, I think it was October of 2015. So,
yeah, me too.
I got in before you had to wait.
Yep. I was following his instructions as he was talking. I'm like, okay, I'm signing up, Chris.
Yeah. So I did that. I'm like, oh wow, if this takes off, this is another way of not handling inventory and getting shirt designs out there. So I had a couple good designs that took off, and I don't mind telling people, they can see them on my site. It's called Wiener Wars. And it was I love doing parodies. So it's a parody of Star Wars using dachshunds. So it says Wiener Wars, and it has a dachshund with the Darth Vader helmet, and we call him Doc Vader, D-A-C-H, Doc Vader. And then we have one looking like Han Solo. So he's a red long hair dachshund, and he has the outfit that Han Solo would have had. And so we have Han So, S-O, and then L-O-W. So, because dachshunds are so low to the ground. So, Wiener Wars, Han Solo, Doc Vader. Then I took the Doc Vader character out of that and made a separate shirt, and it said, come to the dock side. D-A-C-H, come to the dock side. So those two shirts got me to the 1,000 tier real quickly on Amazon. Then came all the problems with, people stealing designs and trademarks and all of that. And it got, the scare where you're afraid your account's getting shut down. Well, I got scared, and I took them down because I thought they're going to get me for trademark. Mm-hmm. So I took them down until the scare was over. They're back up now, and I've had no problem, since then. Because, it really is true parody. There's no license or trademark images or words on there, except now, because I had the Wiener Wars and the Come to the Dockside stolen so many times, I did get an attorney. I did get a registered copyright on both designs, and I got a registered trademark on the words Wiener Wars and Come to the Dockside. Nice. So I got so sick of trying to take them down without having much to go on, to take them down. So once I got the attorney, I got them registered. Now all I have to do is say, here's my registration number. Here's the copyright registration number. Take them down. And it's pretty quick. Mm-hmm. So, but that's not something you could do with every design because it's pricey. It's costly. So I only did it with those two designs because they were being stolen so much. Got to
protect your assets, right?
And definitely was cutting into sales, definitely on that. So, so to continue on with the print on demand, I came up with a lot of designs, again, because I like the parodies. And dachshunds are easy to make fun of. They're easy to play with the words. There's, wiener, low rider. You can play with doc, the D-A-C-H. So I like to play with the parody and the play on words a lot. So design after design after design, and I'm like, man, I need to have a place to showcase all this. So some of them I had on the Docs and Delight site, but that's not really the purpose of that site. I really want to try to keep that more for the products for the dogs. So I moved the shirts and the print on demand items to a Shopify store, and I branded it longdogshirts.com. Mm-hmm. So feel free to visit it. Look at the designs, have fun with, looking at them, the
Buy
parodies.
a few.
Yeah. They should be linked.
Yeah.
He was saying that you couldn't click on it, so I'll double check after the show, but they should be linked in the description.
So just as I can't sew, I'm also not an artist. I'm not a graphics person. I can visualize what I want, and I get the idea, the play on words or the pun. I get that idea, and then I have a couple graphics people that I work with, and I give it to them, and I say, bring it to life, and I let them take it, and they'll show me what they've done. I'll say, okay, change this or tweak that or whatever, and
that's great.
Yeah. So
how many designs do you have up?
I don't know.
Okay. Like on Amazon, is it like a lot, or have you stayed to like?
No. On Amazon, I only have about 150 designs.
Okay.
And they're not all dachshunds. There's a few other things, but on the Long Dog Shirt site, there's easily 100 designs. I use Custom Cat as my print on demand. Also, I use T-Launch for some items.
And Shine On. We got to talk about Shine On. That was the POD jewelry. We've been so caught up in everything else. I forgot to even talk about it.
Yeah. So, T-shirts, everybody sells T-shirts. T-shirts and mugs. So, jewelry is definitely outside of that realm and something that will sell year round, because obviously at Christmas time, but then you've got Valentine's Day, you've got Mother's Day.
And that was a question from the group. I think Tara asked that of is it a seasonal thing?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's always some time to sell jewelry, birthdays, anniversaries, anytime. It's not like it's Halloween or it's only Valentine's Day or something like that. It's a year-round thing. And this company, Shine On, their quality is exceptional. There's other print-on-demand jewelry out there, and I've ordered some of it, and it's just, it's okay if you're going to only sell it for $10, $15, for some costume jewelry. But if your customer really wants quality, then Shine On is the place to go. Their pieces are surgical stainless steel. They've got pendants, heart pendants, circle pendants. They've got a variety of bracelets, from bangle bracelets to the kind of like the Italian charms, where you can slide multiple charms onto the bracelet. They have dog tags. And what's great about them now is you not only can upload your own design, like I just might have a simple dachshund design to put on it, but now they're offering for the customer to upload their own photo, and that will be printed on the jewelry. And they actually print on the metal. It's not photo paper. It's not a sticker. It's actually on the metal. And then they cover that with shatterproof glass. So it's well protected. It's a nice, sturdy piece. It's solid, not just a flimsy piece of jewelry. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this, but this is one of the necklaces I had done with one of my dog's pictures.
And this is the one I was able to hold in Columbus, right?
Yes.
April? Yeah. And I was blown away by the quality of it. Yeah. Like, as soon as I saw it, looks beautiful in person, but then when you hold it, it's a sturdy piece.
So this is the silver one. You can also get it gold plated, but this is my dog's photo. And again, it's covered in glass. So it's shatterproof, it's waterproof. And another great feature is you can engrave on the back. So this is the heart one. They also make a circle. And the chain, it comes with the chain, and it's adjustable from, I think, 18 to, I think, 20 or 21 inches. And the customer can upload their photo right on your website. In fact, if you go to my Long Dog Shirts store, if you scroll down, you'll see the heart pendant there. And if you click on there, you can see where you'll be able to upload your own photo. They can position the photo how they want. Then you fill in, if you want it engraved, then you fill in the text that you want engraved. And then it sends it off. Shine On gets the order. Once they have fulfilled the order, then just like the print-on-demand shirts, you get notice that it's been shipped. You get the tracking number. That goes to your customer, just like the shirts. Exactly. That's like the
awesome.
shirt.
Did you try like different price points when you first put those on your site?
Yeah, I think I had them priced a little too high at first, but so I have brought them down a little bit, and I think they're at a good price point right now. And it still leaves plenty of room if I want to run a special, to give a coupon. That there's still plenty of profit there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're priced really favorably for the sellers. They really are. There's good profit in them. Good
Plus,
margin.
you can upsell the engraving, right?
Sorry?
Oh, you can upsell them on the engraving?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's the shipping time like for Shine On?
About 3 to 4 days, sometimes sooner.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And do they integrate directly with Shopify?
Yes, they do. Yeah.
And do they integrate with Etsy or anywhere else?
Just Shopify right now.
Okay.
Yeah. And they actually have their own product page theme. So they have to have something special about the theme to make everything work together with the customer uploading their photo and doing the engraving. So when you install the app, you're also going to be installing their product page theme. Now, it doesn't take over your whole store. It's just for the Shine On products. So, but it really makes it smooth sailing for the customer.
It's like really high converting looking too on the landing page.
Yeah. They've really put a lot of time in, figuring out what converts and building that into it.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
So for your Shopify store, so this is linked with the T-shirts, the Shine On, or is it linked with the other website?
It's with the T-shirts. It's on the Long Dog Shirts store.
So are you still doing a catalog, or have you stopped that?
No, we quit doing a catalog, I don't know, 8 or 9 years ago, actually.
Okay. So do you have an email list now, or what do you do now?
Yeah. We keep an email list, and we have a pretty active Facebook page. We have a little over 185,000 fans on our Facebook page.
Holy cow.
That's awesome.
So that's that's pretty active. I try to post on there a couple times a day and interact with people there.
That's great.
Yeah. And we have a page for the Long Dog Shirts too. So, if I want to feature something, run an ad from there, we've got that page.
Okay. So do you do a lot of Facebook ads?
Not a lot. I do some. And when I do them, it's not really to the store. It's to the product. So a product page. So it's like, I'll feature the necklace and, focus on that and send them to that page.
Neat.
Rather than the store. Yeah.
So do you get the emails when somebody buys something, or how do you collect email addresses?
Yeah. It's the same as when they buy a shirt. You get their email address.
But you don't do like a giveaway or something on Facebook and get emails that way?
I haven't done a lot of that, no, but it's kind of in my plan to try some of that, for Q4 coming up. Yeah. But again, we have so much word of mouth, and the Facebook gets a lot of organic traffic.
Right.
How often do you post stuff on your Facebook page to keep it kind of engaged?
A couple times a day.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And do you post like like products, or you post other stuff that other people have done, or what kind of like what do you
Hang on one
post?
second.
Yeah, I should just look at it. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm going through it right now. It's awesome. Like it's content. It's just everything. It's like,
yeah, I do a lot of, mostly I share other content. Some of it is user generated content. So, customers will send photos of them using the product. I'll share docs and memes or videos or photos.
So great.
So, because I am so passionate and so I live my niche.
Yeah.
I have dachshunds. I have dachshund friends. I have dachshund family. So my own personal Facebook page, sometimes I just need to go to my own personal page and say, hey, we've got this for sale, or hey, could you share this or whatever, and I'll get help from them.
That's awesome.
Selling stuff, and they will post a lot of stuff too. I'm also involved. I'm not a member of any dachshund rescue group, but I volunteer and help out whenever I can. So there's always content from the rescue groups.
Yeah.
Videos, photos, memes, all kinds of stuff. And I usually, if I know who the photo is from, I always say photo credit, and then I'll put the person's name and tag them.
Cool.
Or if it's the rescue group, I'll try to tag them. So I try to reciprocate, if I'm going to use their stuff. Yeah.
That is like such an amazing lesson. Like going over and looking at your page and like hearing how much you love it. It's just become not only a part of your life, but you've built such an amazing community.
Yeah.
By doing what you're doing. It's awesome. And if you guys haven't looked at her page, you need to go over there and look at her Facebook page. That's amazing, April.
And just being able to evolve. Like people get so caught up in one thing, like the catalog, and being like, oh, well, now I can't do it because there's the internet, and now I can't do it because of this. And you've just like gone with it. You're like day one. Okay, merch is here. Day one, let's do this. And Teespring is here. Day one. So I've been really impressed by that. You just evolved.
And now the thing I want to hit is now I'm like, create space in the KDP Kindle.
I thought you were going to say like Snapchat or something. You got to do like Dachshund Snapchat filters.
No.
And get everyone to use your Snapchat filter.
Yeah. Well, I want to give a shout out to Catherine Shelton. I know she was a guest on here a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So if anybody's interested in moving beyond just merch by Amazon, developing a brand, doing other than T-shirts, join her groups, join her Facebook groups, buy any of her courses. She makes them very reasonable. I'm not an affiliate. I'm just a big fan. So she doesn't use affiliates. Just anything she puts out is gold. I highly, highly recommend being a part of. She has free groups and the paid groups when you buy her courses. So any of them are well worth more than she charges. Really.
Absolutely.
April, which of the groups is Catherine's main group right now that you'd be able to direct people to?
I think her main group where she's the most active right now is the Create Space.
Okay.
Yeah.
That way, if someone's looking to find her,
yeah. And I also want to thank her for sharing this in her group. She shared this show, so that was nice of her.
Yeah.
She popped in on the chat earlier too.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, she has done things from coloring book courses to T-shirts to.
She's just like you, where she's always first. Like she's always evolving and always, doing something before other people.
And her mind is just pulls things out of the air. It's like, where does she come up with this stuff?
Yeah.
She's very generous with her time and her knowledge. And sometimes I buy her stuff. I might not need it. I just buy it to support her.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, as I say, buy all the things.
Everything.
So,
yes.
I'd really, anybody who wants to go beyond merch, I highly recommend at least starting off with her free groups.
I second that because I've been following Catherine since I got into this whole internet world in 2014. So she's awesome. Bundling courses, all kinds of stuff back then.
Yeah, and obviously Chris Greene knows his stuff. So,
so
highly recommend anything he puts out. Yep.
So. Awesome. Did we? I didn't even. Oh my gosh. Were there any questions in the chat or anything that we have?
I know it went by so fast.
She was answering it because somebody asked about like the material of the necklaces, and she answered about the glass shatterproof. That's all I saw.
There was one a little bit earlier about the harnesses and the safety features and everything. Do you have a patent on those? That was a question in the chat earlier.
No, because we tried to get one. However, you have to apply for a patent within 1 year of it being on the market.
Oh,
and
wow.
The harness itself had already been on the market commercially by the other dachshund lady who had come up with it. So she had it on the market a few years before we took it over from her.
That's such a weird rule. I wonder why they have that.
Or why she couldn't have sold. Well, I guess if she didn't have it, then.
Well, I don't really think she was really into developing a business. It's just that she developed this for her own dog and then started selling it just, I think, to make some extra money. But she wasn't really interested in creating a business out of it. So, but we bought the rights to it. Not that there was really a patent or anything like that. It's just we wanted to be as straightforward as possible. And so I'm almost embarrassed to say what we paid. We paid $1,000 for the rights to this harness. And I mean, that's just a fraction of what we sold over the years out of those harnesses.
Wow.
You know,
like you said, the lady wasn't wanting to start a business.
No,
apparently not.
So, and the same, she had created we call it the dream sack, and it's like a sleeping bag for dogs, but it's got the open end is on the long side of the bed. So we bought that from her too. That was all in the $1,000 package deal. we bought it.
She threw in everything.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was back in 1997. We bought that from her. And then it was just the basic harness. And then we added safety features to it. We added, we made it into a dress. We made it into coats. We added features and developed it into other products along the way.
How many people are in your company now or on your team?
There's my business partner, myself, and then our 2 full-time seamstresses. There's 5 or 6 of the Amish ladies who help part-time. I have a local fellow who helps with shipping. So he does stuff from his home. He's only like a mile away. So we'll just send stuff over to him and he does it. And then we take it to the post office. And then I've got, some VAs that help with the websites.
Oh, okay. And then the customer service lady, right? Helene?
Well, she's my head of production. So she's
okay.
She's one and the same,
That's quite a few people.
We all wear many hats in the shop.
Yeah.
The job came with the understanding was duties as assigned. Other duties as assigned, and that other duties could mean picking up dog poop when the dogs poop on the floor.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Those guest visits.
Yeah. So, our dogs, I've been very fortunate to have this business. And one thing I love the most is that I can have my dogs with me all the time. I have 4 right now. I did have 6, but I've lost 2 within the last year. And it has just meant the world to me to be able to have them because I don't have human children. So the dogs are my children. So I have them with me at work. Some of them go with me when I travel. It's just been a real blessing to be able to do that. So
it's a great story.
I love your story. I love everything about it. It's so great. It's so inspiring.
Yeah. I do have to say, as I've mentioned, my staff, you know, I couldn't ask for better people to work for us. You know, my business partner has been with me the whole way, and there's been tremendous ups, tremendous downs. She has stuck with me. The two gals who work for us, Helene and Angie, the sisters, they are very loyal, very dedicated. They treat us like family. We treat them like family. You know, they take care of the dogs. It's like I said, if something happens with the dogs, one of them just goes and cleans up. It's not like, I'm not doing that. It's not my dog. You know, they help. It's just, we are a family, and I'm very blessed for that. And because I know that's not always the case in small businesses. It's not always the case at all. But yeah, I trust, as I said, they've been with us 20 some years, and, you know, I trust them that I can leave, and I can leave the business with them. I can let them answer the phone. I can let them make a decision, and I don't have to be there to do it. So.
Oh, that's amazing. And I have a feeling that all of that didn't just happen. A lot of it has to do with you and how you've shown everyone the vision and passion and everything for this. So they all feel part of the team. Yeah,
I guess I'm the ideas person, and then I go and find someone to help do it if I can't. You know, it's really funny when I go to buy material. We're fortunate that we live close to the headquarters of Joann Fabrics.
Oh, so nice.
It's the world headquarters is in Hudson, Ohio, in Northeast Ohio. So that's about 30 minutes from us, and they pretty much know me when I go in there. They're like, "Oh, hi, April," you know. So anyway, sometimes we'll have someone cutting at the cutting counter, or sometimes even other customers just standing around. They'll see the bolts and bolts of fleece and fabric that I'm buying, and they'll say, "What are you making? What are you sewing?" And I always say, "I can't sew at all."
And they're like, "Huh?"
They're like, "Well, no, I'm just a fabric hoarder." So that we have a lot of fun with that, because I can't sew at all, but I do pick out the fabric that sells. I do have that skill that I can pick what sells. Another funny thing is, well, especially when we go set up as a vendor at like these pet expos and dachshund festivals, sometimes customers will be talking to me, and they'll say, "Well, gosh, you did such a beautiful job. This is such a beautiful thing you made." And Helene is usually there, and she's, like I said, the head of production, and she'll say, the customer will say, "Did you make this?" And I'll say, "No, I did not." And Helene usually steps in and says, "No, she didn't." So I give my crew a lot of credit for where we are today. I really do. So.
Well, do you have any last words for everybody, or any advice for anyone who wants to build a brand and build a business?
I guess my advice is, find something you are passionate about, because if you are not passionate about, you will lose interest quickly. When things get tough, you'll just say, "I'm not doing it." It's just not worth it. But if you are passionate about it, you'll find a way. You'll find a way to make it work. You'll find somebody to sew for you. You'll find somebody to design the graphic, the picture in your head. You'll find somebody to create the website that you have no technical knowledge about. You'll find the people to bring your vision alive and to keep it running. So find something you're passionate about. That's my best advice, I guess.
And those are the words of a boss. So listen, Well, that is amazing. I'm so excited that you were on, because this is.
I cannot believe that Ohio meetup. Like, everyone there, I don't know what it is about Ohio. You guys are so inspiring. Oh my gosh.
Let's do a round two.
We need to have like every single person from that meetup on this show. Like, Myrna's got, oh my gosh. Anyway,
Yeah.
But thank you so much for being
There
here.
was one question in the chat. Teresa was asking if you ever design your own fabric.
No, it's too expensive.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like triple the price to have it printed.
Wow.
Yeah. I know there's spoon flour, that you can design fabric, but it's like triple the price of what we pay, and it just wouldn't, there'd be no profit.
Yeah.
Yeah. One other thing I wanted to mention was earlier I'd said I have volunteered with dachshund rescue groups. That's another way to reach out. If you're in some kind of niche where you can, reach out into the community to work with people, reciprocate, do stuff for them. They'll help spread the word about you. One program we have is people trade in their used harnesses to buy a new harness. We give them a discount, and then we fix up those harnesses and donate them to rescues.
Oh,
that's cool.
So try to
love that.
try to find your community and reciprocate.
Yeah, partner up.
Yeah, partner up. Right. What can I do for you?
Yeah. Cool.
If you can do this for me, what can I do for you?
Yeah. Awesome.
So
Well, thank you so much, April. I was so happy you could be here today.
Well, thank you for having me. Yeah, that meetup was fabulous. I really enjoyed it and got to meet several of you. That was awesome.
Well, I am definitely going to be back there in May. So if we're not there before then, we'll have a follow-up meetup in May. My sister's graduating college, so.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. We'll see you Monday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.